Hey everyone, I'm Callie. Welcome back into the channel for episode 7 of Band of Brothers. This episode's titled The Breaking Point, which I am not liking at all. After everything that happened in the last episode, I was hoping that maybe things would get better for Easy Company since they have been rescued, even though they said they didn't have to be rescued in the Battle of the Bulge. It's kind of wild to think that they're just sending them right back into another area to occupy after spending so much time in the freezing cold without any warm weather outfits or anything, and with very, very little food and under constant fire. And I talked about it a lot last episode, but I definitely noticed a lot of the men and their mental health deteriorating a lot. So I have a feeling that we're probably going to see a lot more of that today, just because it's getting harder and harder. They've been in this war for a bit now. So it was a very heavy episode last time. I'm expecting it to just kind of get more and more difficult as we move more and more into the harder parts of the war. But I'm looking forward to jumping in today, so let's get started.
I've seen death. I've seen my friends, my men being killed. It doesn't take too many days of that. You change dramatically.
He was hungry, had no food, but if you'd be able to fire some crazy thing and shoot at you.
Everywhere you would look, you would see dead people, a dead soldier there, here, ours, theirs.
I withstood it well, but I had a lot of trouble in later life because those events would come back, and you never forget them.
Oh, jeez. It always gets me emotional when I see the veterans talking and they start getting emotional. You see how much it still affects them even so many years later. It's wild. I feel like in a lot of ways, watching these films about veterans and the war and what they all went through, it really puts into perspective how minimal my PTSD from my childhood is. I feel like in a way it's helping, and I know that sounds weird and maybe a little selfish, but it really helps me take myself out of my own problems and realize that I have not been through stuff like this before. I forgot to look it up. I wanted to see how long the Battle of the Bulge was, how many days they were out there. Forgot to do that. Part 7, The Breaking Point. Not a great title. January 2nd, 1945, Ardennes Forest, Belgium.
After holding the line at Bastogne, Easy Company was once again called on to help push the Germans back through the bulge.
Okay.
Right here's gotta be the logging road, but right there.
Hey!
Stop crying, Malark, or I'll nail it to your head.
I was glad to be out of my foxhole and moving again, even if only to get warm.
I feel like anything has to be better than this. They went through hell
E
here.
Company was sent to clear the Bois Jacques, the woods near the town of Foy. During that 1,000-yard attack through the woods, we encountered sporadic German machine gun fire and had a couple of casualties.
Oh, that scared me.
Hubler's run-in with the German officer on horseback was the most dramatic moment of the day.
Hold! Is that his gun? I forget what he was calling it.
Hubler had been talking about getting a Luger since Normandy.
A Luger.
Down he goes, right out of the saddle, like a sack of potatoes. Outstanding accuracy on my part, if I do say so myself.
What you do?
Which I do. Hell, Shifty, I think maybe I could have even given you a run for your money, right?
No, I'm not a good shot.
That German, what'd you think he was doing?
Probably a little recon. What happened to the horse?
I don't know, probably still running.
Is that a
Yeah, I
bad
just
thing?
thought I'd take a walk.
A horse coming back without its man? It probably went back to its camp.
Where's Dyke?
He's around.
Haven't seen him all day. Now, where's Dyke? Where the hell is he? Where the hell does he ever go?
I don't know, but I wish he'd stay the hell there. It'd be nice if he took Lieutenant Shames with him, too.
Shut up, boys.
Shutting up, Sarge.
Oh, hey, what the hell was that?
One man, maybe a sniper.
That was no rifle.
Jesus, it's who? He shot! He shot himself!
What?
Is he all right?
Oh no. How does that
Touching,
happen?
I swear!
Oh no. An artery. He can't die this way. By the gun that he was looking for this whole time?
Can't see a thing. We gotta get back to an aid station.
All right, let's get ready to move. Take it easy.
No. No.
Doc.
He died that fast? Oh my god, the bad luck. Jeez.
By the time we got him to the aid station, he was already dead. Bullet cut the main artery in his leg, sir.
Cut that main artery in the leg. That's it.
Where's Dyke?
Want to see him, sir?
No, I just would have expected to get this kind of news from him.
Is Winters okay? He looks like just really cold.
Where's Dyke? I probably heard that question 1,000 times. There were long stretches where we didn't know where Lieutenant Dyke was.
That's wild.
Wouldn't have been so bad if he was just one of the guys in the company, but Lieutenant Dyke was supposed to be leading the company.
Yeah.
Captain Winters was a CO we could all respect. Moose Heiliger probably would have done a good job. Then came Norman Dyke. Dyke wasn't a bad leader because he made bad decisions. He was a bad leader because he made no decisions.
Now, Battalion S3, planning a move. Are there any questions?
Yeah. What's the formation you want us to go for?
Clarify that with you at a later time, Lieutenant Compton.
Yes, sir.
So not a real answer.
All right, I gotta make a call.
He's just crippling.
Sometimes we got the feeling E Company was an annoyance to him. Something unpleasant he had to get through before he could continue his march up the ladder.
I'm telling you, boys, we're screwed.
If you ask me, I'm glad Lieutenant Dyke's never around.
Jesus Christ. We got to do all this with a CO who's got his head so far his ass that lump in his throat is his goddamn nose.
Hey, First Sergeant.
Hey, boys. Hey, Lip and Collar. What's the word?
Sitting around freezing our ass off, singing Dyke's praises.
I wouldn't want to be a replacement officer coming in here. A group of guys who've known each other for what, 2 years? They've been in combat together since Normandy. He's supposed to just show up and lead them? How could anyone really hope to gain the respect of the toughest, most professional, most dedicated sons of bitches in the entire ETO? Huh?
He's boosting morale.
Listen.
Love it.
You guys don't worry about Dyke. We all do our jobs. Everything will be fine.
Pretty much saying, like, do what you're trained for.
Well, I don't know if I believed any of that, but as company first sergeant, it was my job.
Yeah.
Not to protect Dyke, but to protect the integrity of the company.
Exactly.
You know what Dyke's problem is, don't you? He's just another one of those arrogant rich jerks from Yale.
Oh, God, not another one of those.
Division's not gonna let me replace him just because I got a bad feeling about him. Who'd I put in his place?
Yeah.
Shams?
Do not ever talk when I'm talking! You got that? Both you little crapheads! You did not listen to a word I said during that briefing, did you?
He was like...
Buck's a real combat leader, but you know, I want Easy Company to have at least one experienced platoon leader. Not that it matters anyway, because I can't get rid of Dyke.
We all know who you'd like to have running Easy. Trouble is, it's not your job anymore, Dick.
I feel like he's like, I don't really mind.
Compton would have been the best choice to run Easy. But to be honest, Buck wasn't the same soldier he'd been before he got shot in Holland. He was more serious somehow.
I've invested too much goddamn time shaping you into something useful.
I know, you'll kill me.
Even if you're dead, I'll still kill you.
What? No, ever since he got shot in Holland.
Oh, come on, you seen him, Bill. He's all wound up like a spring.
Hey, he's fine. Wasn't getting shot that got him. It was being in that hospital. It ain't pretty. Besides, you saw, once he was up moving around, he was his old self again. Buck Compton's fine.
I'm serious.
Sure thing, Buck. Nothing stupid. We got it.
George?
Nothing stupid, Buck.
Don't do anything stupid. Who the hell is he talking to? Bunch of morons who volunteered to jump out of a perfectly good airplane. Can you get any more stupid than that?
Probably not.
I definitely see a change in Buck, for sure. I talked about it last episode. But I mean, who wouldn't under these circumstances? Is he a little crazy? Yeah. I think all the men are probably a little crazy now.
I heard about Hubler. Where you from, Lift? Where'd you grow up?
Huntington, West Virginia.
Wow, I've been there.
What made you decide to join the paratroopers?
I read an article about paratroopers in Life magazine. It said if you wanted to make it as a paratrooper, you had to be the best. And I wanted to fight with the best, sir. Where are you from, sir?
What is up with this guy? He's so strange. I can't tell if he's scared or if, like Winter said, he's just a rich Yale guy that doesn't really care. He's just making formalities to move up the chain.
Sir. What? Good morning, sir. Sorry to disturb you. This came from Division.
All right. Morning.
Huh, Dyke's being transferred?
No, I can't help you with that. But Division has decided to pluck one officer from each regiment, send him back to the States on a 30-day furlough.
Oh, wow.
Turns out I've been plucked.
How in the world does your leaving help me?
Doesn't, I'm not going. I've already seen the States. I grew up there, that's why I came to Europe. But I'm sure we can find an officer somewhere in this battalion who could use a long trip home.
Like Dyke.
Congratulations, Lieutenant Peacock.
Oh.
Thanks.
Yeah, Lieutenant, I'm really glad that you're going home.
Best news I've heard in weeks.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. I mean, it really means a lot, you know?
They're like, please go.
Hip, hip, hooray.
I'm loving the way that this is directed. It's wildly different than any episode we've seen so far, but I like it a
If they
lot.
come by here, y'all remember to smile for the camera. All right, Nix, what do they got waiting for us in Foy?
At least one company from the 10th Panzer Grenadiers dug in along here. At least 188, although we haven't been able to spot it yet. As of last night, 3 Tigers.
Would you excuse me for a moment, sir?
How do I feel about being rescued by Patton? We didn't need to be f***ing rescued by Patton. Got that?
Joe?
Sorry, sir.
Sorry about what? Patton? I couldn't agree more. What are you doing here?
I'd really like to head back with the fellas, sir.
All right, then go.
Thank you, sir.
Jethoe had been at the aid station for 3 days, and everybody was glad to have him back, especially Bill Garnier.
Hey, Joe.
Hey, Bill.
Good to see you, pal.
You too.
Hey, fellas, look who I found.
Hey, Jethoe!
Hey, back, bro. Yeah, doing pretty good. Escaped from the aid station.
A lot of you guys been injured?
It's called wounded, Peanut. Injured's when you fall out of a tree or something.
Don't worry. There's enough crap flying around here, you're bound to get dinged sometime. You got shot in his scrawny little butt in Normandy.
And Buck got shot in his rather large butt in Holland.
Yeah, kind of an easy company tradition getting shot in the ass.
Hey, even First Sergeant Lip, he got a couple pieces of a tank shell burst at Carentan. One chunk in the face, another chunk almost took out his nuts.
How are those nuts, Sarge?
Doing fine, Bill.
On the afternoon of January 3rd, most of E Company headed back to our old position in the woods. A few men remained in the Bois Jacques to hold the main line of resistance. Lieutenant Ronald Spears was one of the platoon leaders in D Company. He was already a legend.
What are you men doing out here?
We're watching the line, sir.
While you're at it, you might want to reinforce your cover.
Oh, well, actually, sir, Lieutenant Dykes and not even to bother.
And forget what I said.
He's so serious. Like his eyes, I don't know. And the way he carries
anyone
himself.
care for smoke?
They look terrified.
Late in the afternoon on January 3rd, we returned to our old position in the woods. While we were in the Bois Jacques, the Germans had been shelling our old position. There were signs of tree bursts everywhere. That got our attention.
Yeah.
Looking across the field at Foy, I could see enemy troops. I still couldn't see their artillery, but I knew it was down there.
Yeah, probably hidden again.
Looks like the crowds have been pounding this area with pretty big stuff. I'd say they got this whole stretch of the line targeted.
Maybe we should fall back to a different location, dig in.
No, it's our job to hold the line here.
If they've got us targeted, maybe...
We hold the line here. Sergeant Lipton's right. We're not gonna fall back. Right, Lieutenant?
Hmm?
Oh.
Right, Lieutenant?
Fine. You all take care of it. I gotta go talk to regiment.
Yeah, sure you do. Oh,
Incoming!
the tigers. Oh my god.
Take cover!
Jeez. Yep, they know exactly where they are. Oh my god.
Come on, find some cover!
Oh my god. Oh, please, no. Oh my god. That's not very good cover.
For some reason, at that moment in that half-finished foxhole, all I could think about was the 4th of July when I was a kid. What I saw that day was the most awesome and terrifying display of firepower I'd ever seen in my life.
That's wild.
So I wouldn't have been laughing if I'd known what happened to Jethoe.
No. His leg was just like...
Maybe we should see if anybody's hit. Malog, that's what they want.
Oh no, now they're not gonna get to him.
Stay in your foxholes! I ain't gonna get up.
Oh god.
I ain't gonna get up.
Oh.
I ain't gonna get up. I need my helmet.
Noticing.
You hear that? Is that Joe? Yeah, I think that's Joe.
I ain't gonna get up. I ain't gonna get up.
shit. Come on, Joe. Come on, buddy.
You said you'd get back in States before me.
You ain't going anywhere.
I gotta get my helmet.
Forget it.
I gotta get my helmet.
Forget it, Joe. Anyone there?
Hang on!
Is that...
You okay?
Yeah. Come on. Think I overdid it on the cover of my foxhole?
Incoming!
No.
You're gonna get bombed! Come on! Come on! Hold on! I'll be there! I'm gonna help you! No!
During the second barrage, I wasn't laughing anymore.
Stay down! First Sergeant Lipton? Yeah. You get things organized here. I'm gonna go for help.
What?
What the f?
Jeez. Just dipping out.
Medic!
He's still alive? Are they both alive?
Doc, what can I do? Hold this.
Jesus.
What's the guy got to do to get killed around here? Bill, you going first.
Whatever you say, Doc. Ain't got old guy near this time.
I'm so glad that they're not just like dead. I hope they make it.
Take it easy. Hey, Joe, I told you I'd beat you back to the States.
Some say Buck changed after he was shot in Holland, but I know something happened to him when he saw Toy and Garnier on the ground. Buck was a great combat leader. Couldn't take seeing his friends Toy and Garnier all torn up like that. No one ever thought any less of him for it.
Everyone knew he was wound like a spring, and takes one thing to make it snap at that point. That was pretty dramatic. Traumatic. I'm like I can't even talk right now.
We'd cleared the woods east of Foy, so a few days later, E Company and the rest of the 506 cleared the woods west of Foy. There was little resistance.
First Sergeant Lipton, you organize things here, and I'm gonna go for help.
Great impression of Dyke.
You think so?
He's not shutting it down anymore.
Don't do it anymore.
Oh.
Doesn't do anybody any good, okay?
Yeah, I got you.
All right. Wise ass.
No. No. Is that one that like didn't explode?
The shell that hit the foxhole Luz and I were in was a dud. The one that hit Muck and Pencala's foxhole wasn't. Malarkey's best friends in the company had been Compton, Muck, and Pencala. In less than a week, he'd seen 2 of them die.
Okay, we'll just hunker down. We might get some relief soon. Okay?
Why won't they just leave? They've lost so many men here. I don't understand why they're not moving. I guess they have to like hold the line. What are they gonna do against 3 tigers that just keep blasting their area? I don't get it.
Later that day, we were back in our old position overlooking Foy. We were all worried about Malarkey.
Didn't I hear you say you wanted to bring a Luger home for your kid brother? Why don't you give him that?
This Hoops, right?
Yeah. I was gonna get rid of it. I don't know. Captain Winters was wondering if he wanted to go back to battalion and work as his runner for a few days.
Tell him thanks. I'm gonna stay here.
The morning after the shelling that killed Muck and Pencala, I saw a soldier try to dig a foxhole with his bare hands.
Oh my god.
He didn't notice that he'd torn off all his fingernails. I got him out of there quickly, not for his sake, but for ours. Fear is poison in combat. It's destructive, and it's contagious.
Gosh, this episode is destroying my soul.
Now it was time for the inevitable assault on Foy itself. Now I was beginning to wonder if any of us were going to make it through at all. E Company would lead the attack. Problem was, E Company still did not have a leader. The night before the attack, I did something as first sergeant I would never have imagined myself doing. Lieutenant Dyke is an empty uniform, Captain. He's not there, sir.
Well, he's gonna be there tomorrow.
I gotta tell you, sir, I think he's gonna get a lot of Easy Company men killed. I said what I had to say. There was nothing Winters could do. Couldn't very well remove a company's CEO, especially a well-connected one.
You gotta move in there fast. Clear?
Clear.
I'm relying on you. Get it done.
I feel like yawning is like his stress reflex.
Let's go! Keep it moving!
Like a nervous habit.
Wait a minute, where's Foley? Where the hell is first platoon? Hold up! Keep moving! Easy company! Hold up!
What? Oh no, he's confusing guys.
Get me Foley on the radio! Get out of there!
What are they doing?
Take cover.
Oh my god.
Foley! Back here where I can see you! God damn it! Fall back! Fall back! Go forward!
There's nothing that he could do. He's killing men because he's inadequate.
Second platoon!
He's just freaking out.
Lieutenant, what's the plan? I don't know!
They're all stocked up.
Captain Winters! Take your men on a flanking mission around the village and attack it from the rear!
You want first platoon to go around and attack the village by itself? We're gonna be kind of alone out there, Lieutenant.
We will provide suppressing fire!
He's just like reiterating what Winter said, the important parts, but he's... Jesus.
Get going forward!
So, this is so painful to watch.
Ramirez, 2 guys, take them, go! Find some cover behind this table.
Jesus Christ.
Hey! They shot me in my ass, boys!
Oh god, of course.
Sir, we are sitting ducks here.
Stop asking him questions and take over. Oh my god, Winters.
Captain Winters! God damn it, you do not go after! Tell the battalion commander now, get back here! Spears, get yourself over here! Get out there and relieve Dyke and take that attack on in!
I'm so stressed, like I can't stop moving.
I'm taking over. All right, I want mortars and grenade launchers on that building till it's gone. When it's gone, I want first to go straight in. Forget going around. Everybody else follow me.
Yes, sir.
Let's go, Spears.
First platoon, move out!
Could have avoided so many men dying if...
Second platoon, move out!
Oh my god, did they hit him?
What do you see, Lieutenant? A lot of infantry! They're supposed to be on the other side of the town. You see the side of them? No! Sir, I think they're gonna pull back. If we don't connect with I, they're gonna slip away. That's right. Wait here. Item EC6. What the hell?
Holy crap.
At first, the Germans didn't shoot at him. I think they couldn't quite believe what they were seeing. The astounding thing was that after he hooked up with I Company, he came back.
Holy hell. That's insane.
We took over 100 German prisoners.
Whoa.
Take cover! Take cover!
Second floor, building on the right. Don't miss, Shifty.
Wow. What a shot.
You hit bad, Bricanti?
Beautiful wound, Lip. Shot me right through my ass.
I guess a lot of the men thought once we'd taken Foy, they'd get us off the line. That wasn't to be. 2 days later, we took Noville, and after that, Rashon.
Jeez.
It was the first time we'd spent a night indoors in a month. The sisters there brought in their choir to sing for us. It was heaven. Hitler had launched a counteroffensive in Alsace, and we were bound for the town of Hagenau to help hold the line. Or at least for that night, we didn't know it yet. That night, we were okay. We'd come into Belgium with 121 men and officers. That's 145 total. We were going out with 63. Garnier was badly wounded and Hubler died accidentally. Jethoe had lost his leg. Among the dead were Heron, Mellet, Salasco, Kenneth Webb, Alex Pankama. Our month in Belgium cost us one good officer, Buck Compton, and one bad one, Norman Dyke. But we gained a good one in the end, so I guess we came out ahead.
The way they did that was so beautiful, but so sad.
Sir, you want to know if they're true or not, the stories about me. You ever notice with stories like that, everyone says they heard it from someone who was there?
Maybe they kept talking about it because they never heard Tertius deny it.
Maybe that's because Tertius knew there was some value to the men thinking he was the meanest, toughest son of a bitch in the whole Roman Legion.
You're happy to have a good leader again.
Well, from what I've heard, they've always had one. You don't have any idea who I'm talking about, do you? Hell, it was you, First Sergeant. Ever since Winter's May Battalion, you've been the leader of Easy Company.
It's so true.
And you're not going to be First Sergeant much longer, First Sergeant. Congratulations, Lieutenant.
He definitely deserves it. My face won't stop leaking. Beyond the wounded and killed, every man at Bastogne suffered. Men unhit by shrapnel or bullets were nevertheless casualties. Not sure that anybody who lived through that one hasn't carried with him, in some hidden ways, the scars. Perhaps that it's the factor that helps keep easy men bonded so unusually close together. This was a rough one, for sure. I didn't think that I was gonna be able to stop crying for a while there. There were so many amazing men that were lost and killed and injured, and mentally just everybody was affected. I think the range of emotions that I felt in this episode was more than I felt in any of them so far, for sure. They were joking in the beginning and I was happy, and realizing how close they were, joking about being hit in the butt because it's like an Easy Company thing. And I knew that it was going to take one thing for Buck to just completely lose it and snap and not be able to function anymore. I can't believe that after all of this, they still don't get a break. They have to go right back out there and hold more lines and carry the weight that they've been dealing with onto the next battlefield. And I am glad that Spears was there to do what he did, which was absolutely incredible and wild. I feel like he's both lucky and has the biggest pair of balls that I've seen to just run out there, win that battle for them like that. That was wild to watch. It was hard watching Winters just not be able to do anything. That must have been so hard for him to watch someone that he knew wasn't going to be able to handle the pressure go out there and get his men killed the way that he did. It was so frustrating to watch. And I get that Winters couldn't do anything about it, and the only weight on anyone's shoulders is Lieutenant Dyke's. He is the one that should have pulled out and known better than to go out there and try to face the battlefield the way that he did. I can't even believe that he let it go that far. We've definitely been seeing the men's mental health deteriorate over the past 7 episodes, but today's episode really just put it all into perspective how much war changes men. Every single one of them, whether they've been, like Winter said, hit with shrapnel or not. At least I think that was Winter's. There were 2 quotes there that were both amazing that explained it really well, how it doesn't matter what you go through. If you're in that situation, like they were in the capture of Foy, the Battle of Bulge, all of it, everyone comes out affected. Like that one guy that was able to make it through all of those crazy artillery fires while they were trying to dig their foxholes. And then he just started to try to dig a foxhole with his bare hands because he was just so mentally broken. It's wild to see what war does to men. I am really glad that Dyke is finally replaced by Lieutenant Spears. I think he is 110% the man that this company needs right now going forward. And it makes sense now. I'm feeling like he made up those rumors himself, or he's told them to people and expected word to get around after that last scene there where he's explaining that it doesn't matter what story is true, as long as the men are respectful and they, in a way, look up to him / fear him. I think it's a really, really smart way to lead the company. They just can't get away with goofing off. And that's just the way that he wants to lead the company. And I think it's a really smart way to do that. I think my favorite part of this episode was just how Lipton was the one that was putting dialogue over all of it. It was put from his perspective. In the middle there, I was thinking to myself, there has to be a reason why Lipton's such a big role in this entire episode. And as the company moved from spot to occupy, Lipton was there for them, just like Winters was there for them, and probably learned by Winters' example of how to treat the men and how to boost morale and how to get the people that are not doing very well mentally either in a better spot or a way to deal with it for a little bit. Like he said, just moving out of the line of fire for a little bit can change someone's mentality so much. And he knew that. While Dyke was busy making phone calls or, like I suspect, probably just losing it mentally. He's always saying that he has to go somewhere else or he's gonna go get help, or I think those were just excuses for him to remove himself from the situation, to have a similar freak out like he did by that haystack out there where he's just staring off into space and losing it. After the range of emotions that I felt in this episode, I feel like I'm gonna be feeling this way for the rest of this ride. Because no death is easy. We've gotten to know these men in and out, inside their brain, inside their heart. We've watched them grow together. It never gets easy seeing anyone hit or killed or injured. And it's never easy seeing them lose it mentally like that. But thank you guys so much for joining me today. If you would like to see the full uncut reaction to this, I do have a Patreon that I'll leave in the description box below. Also, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on the video if you enjoyed your time here, and I'll see you all in episode 8. Bye, guys.